Today I wanted to share my experience as a lecturer, guest teacher at the university in Chicago. The name of the university is DePaul. And I was invited, as I said, as a guest lecturer for French language. The group of French language was very high level. It's a C1, C2. And I did very tricky thing in the beginning. I was very afraid of being a speaker in the front of the English native speakers group, almost native speakers. There were some foreigners, but most of them were native speakers in English. And I was so afraid because I'm not native speaker in English, and I was somehow afraid. So I'm language coach who is afraid of speaking foreign language, but I'm still working on that. And I just came back from France, from Paris to Chicago, and I thought, okay, I will do that in this way. French is not my native language as well. But in French, I'm much closer in the sense that I studied in France. I finished the Sorbonne University. I wrote my thesis in French. So I was kind of well prepared. And I decided, okay, I will do that in this way. I will do the whole lesson in English. And the teacher who worked with this group, she said, that's a great idea. Do that and students will like it. And I did, and I didn't expect that it would be so. So I didn't expect that the students would be very inspired by my idea, but they were, and they did it with me from the beginning till the end in French. And yes, that sure that in the end of the lesson they were exhausted by speaking and by listening all this stuff in French. So that's kind of cognitive pressure, cognitive efforts, and a lot of work. And they did that, and I was really inspired by such a high level because I didn't expect that. And sometimes people say that they have a very high level, so C1, C2, and then you check and no, they don't have this level. And that was the opposite. The level was very high. And the other thing that the topic which we're talking about were very special. That was from a book. The textbook is Canadian, and their topic is about mental issues. And I didn't know what can we discuss on this topic. And I decided to go to the personal responsibility with our mental health, and to go to digital detox. And we were talking about digital detox and using by different gadgets, and how it can influence our life and our mental health as well. And they were very active in that, and they were very open actually, because talking about this mental issue problems, it can be kind of difficult. And but they were very open and and interested in topics. And I was really inspired after that. So I returned back from Chicago to Pittsburgh, being very optimistic about how people study foreign languages in the United States. And that's very, very there's a lot of perspective in the sense that being on different continents and still speaking foreign language, it's possible. Just today we have a lot of opportunities like internet, as whatever, it's a YouTube, you can use whatever you want, a Netflix series or in just different language. And that's that's very inspiring.